or something. Okay, welcome to Two Queens and Crystal Things, the podcast where we are on some manifest your life, shift your mind, and raise the consciousness type of shit. I'm Christy.
And I am Mia, and you can consider us your spiritual girlfriends for the next hour, y'all. Okay, so let's get into what we talked about last week. Last week we talked about, a little spiritual limbo. That place where you start to feel a little spiritually stagnant. You're at a point where you understand that you are in your process. You're hungry for more, and you kind of feel stuck and you don't know where to go. So we talked about what that feels like, and honestly how sometimes that's just a message from your guys to be still and kind of master the place where you are at in order for you to move forward, but also what to do when you're feeling this way. So check it out if you guys haven't listened to it. Christy, what are we talking about today?
Yeah, so I will say I feel a lot better. The whole spiritual limbo piece, I definitely feel better. I feel like there's some movement, which feels really good.
Good.
Okay. You guys, we are hosting a workshop in Chicago on March 20th, which is the Spring Equinox, and we are so excited about it. But it makes us think about the significance of spring and how we can all take advantage of this time. And we're going to go into that because a lot of people are like, Spring Equinox, I don't get it. Why is that important? We're going to talk about it.
And, I love this because, what was I going to say? When you think about spring, when you think about the seasons, I just love the seasons, the changing of the seasons. Really?
Spring is my favorite. Spring and then fall and then summer and then winter.
That's a hard one. I don't know which one. Winter is definitely not one on the favorite list.
Oh yeah, no.
Even though there are some things that I love about the winter, but I would tell you that even just the air feels different. When there's something about when you especially when you live someplace where you do get the season change, it's not, you don't have it all year spring. I don't know if you can appreciate the smell of spring if you have it all year, because it's a definite, it's a shift.
Oh my goodness, it's my favorite time.
You know what I mean?
The little buds start peeking through the little pieces of green.
The air feels so different.
It's like fresh.
Exactly.
And crisp.
So when I think of crisp, I think of fall.
Okay.
To me, summer smells sweet to me. Spring smells like there's a sweeter smell, right? Because everything is full bloom by then. Spring to me smells like dirt, but like that fresh, but it's clear. That's what it is to me. Not crisp. It's like
it smells clear.
It does.
So who has been drinking a little too much?
Not at all. Me. No, ma'am. But yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. So we always get asked about what we're sipping on, and so today we are drinking on a red wine that is from our wine sponsor for the next 4 episodes. This is a really good dessert wine if you guys like a little sweetness in your glass. We're going to share a little bit more about it, our sponsor, later.
Awesome.
All right, what are we talking about?
All right, let's start talking
about these points.
Christy, can you break down? Christy likes to get technical with you guys. So, Christy, can you please?
It's the Virgo in me.
But tell them scientifically, what is the Spring Equinox?
Because of course that's the type of shit that I love to hear about. I'm like, what scientifically? I need to have this validated and backed. Okay, so from a scientific perspective, this is the point where the Earth's orbit. There we go. Orbit is where the Earth's rotation axis is perpendicular to the sun. So at every point along the Earth, everyone on the Earth experiences a day where both day and night are equal in length. So that's kind of cool. And this is like a 1 day affair.
That's it. That's all.
1 day. Wham bam. Thank you, man.
Hey.
But everyone experiences it, but they may experience it at different points in time, which is also very cool. But I love that.
So, so that means that on on the spring equinox on March 20th, the day and night will be equal. So this equinox will, so think about it. So there's 12 hours of daylight and there's 12 hours of night. And if I'm understanding correctly, this is the only day where we will have that symmetry. So when you think about with equal parts light and dark, this day is a perfect place to think about, this is a perfect time to think about balance.
Yep.
Because it represents the dualities of nature, the masculine and the feminine, good and evil, above and below, yin and yang. So
I hope you guys are taking notes.
when you think about, so let me ask you a question. So we're coming out of winter. How are you feeling? Like just in terms of, it's the end of winter. How are you feeling? Are you feeling balanced? Are you like, what do you, but outside of the fact I know you want some warm, energetically, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling balanced. Yeah.
You do?
I am. I'm feeling balanced. Like I feel refreshed. And for whatever reason, talking about this episode. Yeah, sorry. I had this in my purse. Talking about this episode made me think about like new skins. In the Bible where it talks about like the skins, the wine skins.
Yes.
Every once in a while, I don't know how often. You guys don't correct me because I don't really know what I'm talking about, and I'm admitting it. But like the wine skins, you have to get new ones. And so when I think about the spring equinox, I just think about these new skins. This renewal, refresh. But yeah, I feel balanced.
I feel, right this second, I feel unbalanced, but I feel like I'm
Really?
more balanced than I was.
Yeah.
I'm definitely in a different place, but it's, I'm not exactly perpendicular to the sun yet. I'm still on lean a little bit. But I feel I can see the balance coming.
Okay.
Does that make, you know what I mean? Like I know it's coming, so I'm like, I'm breathing a little better. But
yeah, you also, you went through something completely different.
But I'm looking forward to some balance.
Yeah.
The cycles of life.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And that's another thing too. So, in my class, we have to do like these sit spot reflections where we go out in nature and we kind of just sit and reflect on this particular spot, how it makes us feel and all those things. And so I went to this park that I usually go to all the time with Brantley during the summer. And I went during the winter and there's nothing, like no one, no people, trees are bare, grass is ugly, birds aren't chirping. It's just dead. And it just reminded me how, along with nature, like we spiritually have these cycles of life. You bloom, you kind of like die, go into the ground. Where's that kind of growth happening underground, and then it all kind of happens again. But so yeah, it just made me think about the cycles.
So and that's how you feel. So think about spiritually.
Yeah.
We need that code spiritually and energetically to hibernate and regenerate. Because also, if you think about it, it's kind of a time where we also are able to truly just take in the lessons that we've learned to date and what we've gained, and and kind of what we release. That time to kind of lick our wounds.
I don't know if that's gonna make me stay in Chicago longer though.
Oh,
I hear it though.
But I mean, just from a spiritual place. So, what I love about experiencing a place with all four seasons is that it reminds me, just like when we wake up and the sun the sun rises, so the sun rises for us. That it's like it's going to happen even if it's a cloudy day. So the seasons are just day by day by day by day. The winter just felt so long, And spiritually, energetically, we can feel like we're in the thick of that gray. Just when is it coming? And so when we're in that perfect moment in that equinox, it's literally just the reminder of that there are cycles in life, and this too shall pass. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like you're coming up. I mean, honestly, feel like you're almost coming up out the ground, like taking that first fresh breath. But we have to, as we said before, in order for us to bloom, we have to go underground.
Yep.
We have to go into the darkness. Mm-hmm. You know, that is just, that's how it works. So in order to be able to regenerate, we have to hibernate. Mm-hmm. And so I feel like spring is regeneration. You know?
Agreed. Springtime, or this equinox, spring equinox is a really great time for new beginnings. You can look at revamping your lifestyle, put your plans and intentions you've created during the winter season into action.
You got any new plans? New beginnings?
Yeah. My herbal class.
Mm-hmm. I feel like you never slow down.
I know, that's not good.
I feel like
I'm gonna work on that.
I don't know if that's necessarily a something that needs to be worked on, because you're fine. But I mean, funny? Like, I shut down. I literally didn't have it to give.
You know what's funny though is that Jason goes and goes and goes, and I look at him like, damn, you don't sit your ass down. Like, you just keep moving.
I mean,
yeah.
This is also, she doesn't take power naps, y'all, so, you know.
No, I'm like a toddler. I will fight those shits to the end.
Let me tell you something.
I'm telling you, it was one time I laid down to take a nap. This is when I was living in New York. I was working 2 jobs. And I remember I woke up at 5. I looked outside and I couldn't tell if it was 5 a.m. or if it was 5 p.m. Because one job, it was at Equinox, the gym over on Broadway. I had to be there at like 6 a.m. And the other job was up the street from me. It was a cafe lounge. I had to be there at 6 p.m.
So you didn't know where you were going.
I know, and I panicked.
Like, did I miss it?
Right. Like, I could not figure out where I was. Like, is it daytime, nighttime? So I freak out, and I call the cafe lounge up the street, and they're like, oh no, you're on the schedule for tonight. I was like, okay, I'll come in. But it really, like, after that, I'm like, I'm not doing this shit anymore. Naps are for babies.
Let me tell you something. That little 20-minute 30 power.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, sometimes I will, but I have to set an alarm. Like, I freak out. I get scared. You have any new plans?
Oh yeah. I would say I have definitely been planting seeds all winter. And I've been pretty consistent about what it is that I'm attracting, birthing, manifesting, whatever way you want to say this, but I've been pretty consistent about it. So I'm starting to see, like, if you look at it from using the seeds analogy, I'm starting to see the ground thaw. I'm seeing, I'm like,
So not even the seed germinating yet. It's
not yet. I'm starting thawing. Yeah, but I mean, we're still a little bit away. A little time out. 2 weeks, a whole bunch can happen in 2 weeks. Well, really only 10 days. We have until the equinox from the day we're recording this, but.
So remember I told you
it's time for that spring cleaning, though. I tell you that.
Yeah, I started now. I don't have time. Like, because I know a lot of what we do physically, it also affects the spiritual.
So I think spring cleaning physically and spiritually, and I also think energetically cleaning our homes is extremely important.
Yes.
So and you guys, we've talked about this before. Smudging your house, sage, Palo Santo, smoking it out. Make sure you open those windows. Because a lot of people's windows probably have not been open because it's been winter. So in spring, open your windows, let the air start circulating. There is something about.
I love fresh air.
Oh,
there's nothing like it. Especially, honestly, you guys, I'm over here talking real bad about Chicago, but come summertime, Chicago's like the best.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Absolutely. It is. It's a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful summer. So, and the city comes alive because I think anybody who lives here, it's like we feel like we earned this. I earned this summer. This summer is mine.
Yeah.
So we make sure we make the most of our Chi-Town summers.
Nice breeze comes in. Guys, open up those windows.
So I want you guys to think about, because this could all lead up to a ritual that you do if you want to create something for yourself. I want you guys to think about what intentions have you been setting? What have you been planting in your life? And also think about yourself energetically, you guys. Where have your thoughts been? Have you learned how to improve your self-talk? Have you learned how to move energy? If you have not, I want you still have some time to clean your energy and make sure you pick up these lessons so this winter doesn't become would not have been wasted.
Yep.
And what you harvest from your seeds is something that you were intentionally desiring, as opposed to you're not paying attention to your energy levels and what you're doing in your life. So just, if you haven't had, I feel like almost everybody has had some level of what the hell is happening in my life.
Oh yeah, January.
This winter.
January and February.
Don't run from the hard stuff, y'all. You still got some time. Because who doesn't want to walk into spring fresh? Get this monkey off my bag.
Right,
I'm definitely about to deep clean my house, though.
Yeah, I need to. I like that stuff.
It's actually getting me a little, excited, something to look forward to. But you know what, really, it's the giving away of things that just don't no longer fit.
That's the part I like.
Right.
Giving things away.
They're no longer, and it's because everything is energy. So if you're keeping things in your house that no longer serve you, they're just not who you are anymore. It's taking up energetic space.
That's a good reminder, because I know that there are items of clothing that I have that are not me anymore.
Right.
But it's just taking up space.
And but not even physical space. Think about energetic space.
Yeah.
I really believe
that
our homes is like your entire home. Like you can have altars within your home, but I feel like my home is my sacred altar. And so if I believe that everything is energy, then there are things that I need to let go of because energetically they don't fit in my home.
That's a good point.
So think about what you have in your home that's just like this just doesn't, not just don't go kicking people out. They're gonna go up to that roommate. Energetically, you don't fit what I got going on here.
You don't fit the vibe. You gotta go.
Let me see. Your energetic aesthetic is not vibing with mine. Okay, bye bye. Have somebody's bags packed at the door.
It's time for me to release those things that no longer serve me, which is you.
Right. Bye bye.
So Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and the Aries paves the way for the rest of the zodiac, but it's also ruled by the first house of self, which is the ascendant house. And the ascendant house rules things related to identity, including your sense of style, self-image, and your assertion to self to others. And so we're moving into Aries, right?
Yes. So March 20th would be the first day of the Aries season.
Got it.
You know.
Which is okay. I didn't know it. I didn't realize it starts on the 20th, which is the start of the spring equinox.
So when you think about with the what do they call them, the cardinal signs, those are the ones that fall on the equinoxes and the solstices. So the equinox is half, right? And the solstice, the winter solstice, is the shortest day of the month, and the summer solstice is the longest day of the month. I mean, of the year. Excuse me, of the year. Winter solstice, shortest day of the year. Build. So think about, because you know how
winter's short.
And winter's
summer's
short.
Long.
So if you think about the axis is going like this, it's twirling and moving, and then by the time it gets to this equinox, we're literally like this, turning straight, and then we keep going, and then our days get longer on this side. I don't know how I remember that, but I do remember how it goes. So I'm pretty certain about that. But Aries, though. So one of the cardinal signs are the ones that start the seasons. So Aries for spring, which is the beginning of the year. Because fresh, new beginning, spring. That's what literally spring stands for. Summer is Cancer. Fall is Libra. Which starts October 20th? And then Capricorn.
October 12th.
No. I'm talking about, when does Libra start?
September. Is it 23?
Is that? But yes. So let me see, fall equinox. So the reason this is important though too is because when you think about the sign Aries, it does give you some indication of, it's also that season, so that energy is there.
October 22nd.
Does that, you know what I mean? So think about like the signs of the Aries trait. Do you have any Aries in your
Jason's an Aries though.
Really? Oh yeah, he is.
Like straight fire.
I was about to say, so they're a fire sign. So when we think about energetically about fire signs, that means you're moving into action. And that's so, as you're getting ready now, it's almost like you've been training all winter. Now it's time to jump into action. That's what Aries represents. They all about go, 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 go. It's time to move. And so collectively, that's what you're going to be feeling. You're going to be pushed a little bit more. The planet that rules Aries is Mars. Again, fire, activation, go, move ahead. I mean, it's literally. I mean, the way I picture it is like you're coming out the blocks at the track. It's just, you've been training at the line now, and then it's like that.
I'm nodding my head like I know, and I don't really understand. I'm just assuming that I kind of get it, but
whatever.
For those of you runners,
y'all know what I mean.
I mean, is it like the adrenaline? Like, okay, it's time to just.
It's like you feel. That's why I said I know I'm feeling more balanced, just not all the way. Is because my energy is up. My energy is higher.
Like I just feel like a lightning.
Yes.
Like
you know what?
lighter.
That's
like
exactly what it feels.
Because April's gonna be like the start of a good season for me. But and I feel like I'm starting to feel that. Like I know I'm not there 100%, but I feel like I'm beginning to feel that.
Weaknesses. So you think about the trends of the Aries time. So that courageous, that determination, confidence, passionate, but also we could be a little impatient during these times, a little aggressive because we feel like I've been sitting and waiting for so long. Now I'm ready to go. So just like this sign in this season, it marks the beginning of something. It's something transformational, and I feel like it's the end of the transformation. This is literally the butterfly coming out of the cocoon. It's okay. my wings work. Does this one left, right, left, shake?
right,
Look,
left.
it's shaking off getting it all off. And it's like, okay, now I'm ready to go. So that's when you think about what you're walking into, this is why if you still have time, if you have not taken an assessment of what else it is that you need to let go, so you don't put fire behind bullshit. Does that make sense?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You want to
put the fire. Thank you. Clean your plate.
Clean your plate.
Yes, Christy. Absolutely.
But another thing is the transformation. You will feel it on an individual level, but also collectively.
Yeah, right. That's what So that's what I'm saying. The energy that we're walking into is go, it's fire, it's action, it's move forward, it's ambition, it's confidence.
Go.
If what you're bringing with you, if you're the bag lady,
let's slow it down.
You're putting fire, action, motivation, and power behind some bullshit that you really don't want to bring into your new season. So if you still have time, do the work, y'all. If it's anything that you've been running from, as I'm saying this, if you're putting your head down like, damn, then I'm talking to you, because you know exactly what I'm talking about. Just like, I just don't want to deal with it. But just let this go, so you can really thoroughly enjoy the newness, the rebirth, the transformation. Just think about when it gets difficult, y'all. Just think about what's on the other side of this. Like, ooh, it's like climbing up a hill. Like, you almost to the top. When you get to the top of that thing, you like, yes. Because the rest of the way is easy. But, like, you're right there. You just can't. And plus, do you know how painful it is if you're climbing up a hill and you're almost at the top, but you just give up? That's not a comfortable place to be. It's not comfortable at all. It's super steep right there.
So I have to admit, I find myself, and maybe it's just for like silly things, but I'm almost at the top of the mountain, and I start appreciating, like, oh man, when I get to the top of the mountain, it's gonna be really, really good, and I start like celebrating that. Instead of like waiting until I find myself starting to celebrate, like, oh my gosh, like once I get on the other side of this, it is going to be, it's going to be amazing.
I think that's manifestation, because you're feeling it, you're celebrating, you are acting as if it is already so. I think that's manifestation. So but what I think you're probably alluding to is, do you feel like it is blocking you from being present? Because when you're manifesting, so much of it is feeling and knowing, like, I'm on the other side of this, but I also need to be here so I can whatever.
No, like, I'm present.
Right. Okay.
Like, when you have that feeling of anticipation.
Yes.
Like, oh my gosh. Like, ooh, I just cannot. Like, yes. I can't wait to get to that point. But it's like you feel it.
Yes. Like, I'm like, yes.
Yeah, like I'm starting to really appreciate that moment. Like, I'm not quite there yet. It's about to be there, but in the meantime, ooh, I can't wait.
But you know what? I'm so glad you said that, because I think that's another thing that sometimes when we, as adults, when we get excited about something that doesn't come to fruition, we don't allow ourselves to get excited anymore. So you guys, bump that. Seriously, allow yourself to feel the excitement of something, even
if you're talking to me like that.
No, I'm serious.
Yeah, I'm over here drinking my wine,
minding your business.
Right.
No, seriously. Like, allow ourselves to get excited about something, because the thing is, because the only reason we don't is because we feel like it's going to lessen the pain if something doesn't come to fruition. So you're preparing. And of course, logically that makes sense. But what you're doing is preparing space for failure, or preparing space for what you want not to happen to happen. So yes, you can have that mindset,
like all up in.
But. I know what it feels like to be excited, and it may not come to, but when it's something that you're manifesting in your life, and if you're manifesting something in your life, you have full control over that. Be excited about it. That's part of the confidence of making it happen.
Yeah.
I love feeling excited. I'm not gonna, like, I love to be like, whew. I mean, and if it makes me feel like I'm a straight child.
Yeah, like, like when you have that new boyfriend.
Yes.
It's that new boyfriend or new car feeling.
Ooh.
Or like new outfit or new pairs of
yes.
shoes,
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
That, that outfit.
All legs.
All legs, yes.
Mia's child. All legs.
Or that feeling,
Give me them legs.
Oh my goodness. That feeling, that new outfit feeling that you couldn't wait to wear to school, and you was gonna walk up to that pencil sharpener. Like, oh boy, you broke all your pencils before you went to school because, baby, I'm about
to take my time extra
I'm about
slow.
to peacock up to this pencil sharpener. Yeah, I'm gonna see these new kulaks, my mama.
I feel like the kids nowadays, they don't have that.
No.
That
was so fun, but that type of excitement, you guys, like
I'm
I
about to
love
be real
that.
slow walking up here.
Right? No, I'm talking. On those days, I swear, you would get up early before your mom came and picked you up.
Picked out the night before.
Not picked out, laid out.
Yes, laid out. Sorry.
It was laid out. Wait, I used to put mine with the shoes at the end of the
socks.
Yes,
the drawers. You'd be like looking at it like, bam!
Right. Ooh. Bam! Like, whew. And you laying it out all smooth and perfect. That night you go to bed without being told it's past your bedtime. Right. Like, okay, night, guys. Night. It's time to go to bed. Time to go to bed.
So I can wake up and impress these people.
I'm about to get my peacock on. That type of excitement. Y'all, we need to have that excitement. Y'all love.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny.
Seriously.
That type of energy.
And so when you put that type of energy, though, seriously, that's why I said I think that's manifesting, Christy, when you do that, because you already know what it feels like. You've already created it in the ethers. It's just making its way to you. Because I know what it feels like. I'm already there.
Yeah.
Sorry. What is... Sorry. I'll do better. Not really.
Not.
So you think about the themes of the equinox. Mm-hmm. So, rebirth.
Yes.
Okay. So for your rebirth and resurrection. So I think they kind of go hand in hand because resurrection and before the birth indicates a death. And we don't, you guys, we don't mean people dying, but there is a piece of us, the part that we've been releasing that no longer serves us. That's a death for us energetically. So what are we putting back in that place that we've removed from us? Right? So that's something that comes up. Hope and setting intentions. You guys, I am a big believer that intention rules the day. When I say, we talk about being intentional with your life and in your life, I mean literally being intentional about how you speak to someone, the type of what you watch, what you listen to, the type of people you do business with, the type of business you do. When you are able to live your life intentionally, there's no shock and surprise as to what comes into your life because you have intentionally made it so.
That's true.
I mean, when I say, to me, like, intention rules the day, everything, it's literally like getting up and coding your day. Every day. Get up. You are the programmer of your life. You're the master architect. You built the matrix around you. From everybody's perspective, they're the center of the universe. From my perspective, I'm the center of the universe. The world revolves around me. And for Christy, from her perspective, it's my world. So anybody that she meets, that's my friend. But if I meet that person, I'm like, no, that's my friend. Because from my universe, this is how I describe my world. So you guys, so be intentional about your life because you get up and code your life that day. If my intention is to, and sometimes you may get it, I feel like being on some bullshit today. Guess what? Bullshit gonna find you. But if it's like I did want some peace today. I'm gonna have a wonderful day. You get to frame your life. You know. Now, Chrissy, I want us to get into divine femininity because spring is all about that divine feminine. What you thinking about when you think about spring and the divine feminine?
Well, I think of birthing. I think of that's mating season. You know, that's when creation begins or starts. I think of fertility. Honestly, when I think about spring. So, and as you know, if you think about divine feminine energy, all of that is all about creation.
Yes.
And birthing. So that makes complete sense. That okay, but no, that's what I think.
I mean, I that's exactly.
And renew. And if I'm not mistaken, my middle name is in French. It means rebirth.
Really?
I need to look it up and double check.
I didn't know that. That's actually kind of dope.
Maybe you'll tell me. It's René.
I really did not know that. Oh my God, that does mean that because Nay is birth. Wait a minute. Nay is birth, to be born or something like that. Wait. When I think about the divine feminine energy, with getting into the goddess archetype. So that's, to me, that's the maiden, the young maiden, the Persephone, because she spends half the year in Hades, and then she comes back.
Which is cold, y'all.
Yep, yeah, bogus for that. She spends half the year underground, and then she comes back up, and she brings spring. She brings spring with her, and it's like she's almost, she's lively and jovial. So I think about freshness and
Well, and you also talked about coming out of hibernation.
Yes. Yeah. So to the gentlemen who are listening to us, embracing your divine femininity isn't necessarily a gender thing.
Right.
So embracing your creator in you, and embracing the nurturer in you, embracing the adventurer in you, embracing the innocent in you. These are the things that, if as a collective more of us are embracing the higher frequencies of the divine feminine during this time, then we change with the collective experiences as a whole.
Yeah.
So think about what the divine feminine represents to you energetically, and start to embrace that as you go into this season. And you have the backing of the universe to multiply that times 100.
Yeah, which is where that intention comes into play.
Yes. So really, I do think it's we talk about rituals a little bit. I think we've actually done an episode on them, but I truly believe that it's a great time for you guys to remind yourself or reiterate what it is that you've released during the season, to be strong with that, cut any cords that you have that you may need to, and cut be very clear. And think about what it is that you were asking for on 2/22, February 22nd, 22. Continue to validate and confirm that you have the space to bring in what it is that you want to bring into this new cycle in your life. Slow down. But so connecting to that divine feminine. Don't forget to embrace your sensuality.
Yes. And if you need help, I got something for you.
Seriously, you guys, prioritize yourself.
Yes.
This isn't the strong woman archetype. This is the I don't want to say the damsel, but not the damsel in distress. This is the
like the woman who knows herself and
but
loves her body.
there she's not even to the point where that she's even questioning to know herself. You know what I mean? She's just like I just am.
She just is.
Yeah, she did, and she's
Everything,
good with it.
like,
Everything.
all of it. The sensuality piece.
Yes.
Confidence. Yeah, you guys tap
And
into that.
it's a good time to tap into your intuition and nurture that, because when we think of intuition, that is more, I would say, of our darker feminine side. But and I don't mean dark as in good and bad, but just to show some level of a gradient, because intuition is a very divine feminine characteristic. Mm-hmm. But there is another piece of your intuition that you can tap into that comes from being able to tap into that innocence that we used to have. There's jewels, and then there are innocent heels. Mm-hmm. So tapping into that piece of your intuition and growing, this is a perfect time to do that.
Yes, it is. All right, so what's your takeaway?
So, I mean, I think I've been saying it the full episode, you guys. You still have some time left. Be intentional and clear about what it is that, go deep within yourself. Whatever it is that let me just say this. Go deep within yourself, you guys. You still have time. Confront whatever you have been running from, so you can fully embrace the season of newness. Mm-hmm. So do it. You're worth it. Get to the top of that hill so you can breathe. What's your takeaway, Kirsty?
So for the spring, this is a time where you want to feel refreshed. Mm-hmm. And new, and sometimes we don't feel like that, and I get it because I've been there.
Yes.
But even if you might not feel like new and refreshed, maybe take a moment and try something new. Just take an opportunity to tap into like some new energy. Mm-hmm. And I'm hoping that that'll help to refresh you guys. But yeah, I mean, this is a great opportunity, a great time to clean, set those intentions, and release the extra baggage, because again, when we hold on to shit and we don't forgive and we let people still live in our heads and our hearts and our souls rent free, it does not help us. So this is no, not at all. So this is a good time to, let go of that weight so that you can move forward, because there's so much that, we need to, or that we energetically want to accomplish for this year. So just, work on it. Do the work.
You guys.
Don't fight.
And you know what? And also take a minute to, even though we often talk about self-care and self-love, this is such a beautiful time to, when we talk about cleaning your space, that's really, because, a cluttered home is a cluttered mind. And cleaning your space, go get yourself a bouquet of flowers. Create your own, bring some life. If there's someone, you don't have any plants, bring some life into your home. If you don't have a pet or a plant or anything, this is time to redecorate, rethink the color schemes. We're not saying go do anything, paint your wall hot pink. If that's what you want to do, great. But do something to unstick the energy.
Yeah.
Okay? For you, for your space and moving forward. So, okay, homework. I'm sorry, temple work. I've already said it, but before the 20th, before you go into the equinox, whatever day this equinox falls for you all, for us here in the United States, it's March 20th. reflect back on what it is that you are releasing this winter. What you are really, truly ready and willing to let go of, so that you can make new space for the spring renewal. So you'll have one side, what am I releasing? Like, really, like, let it go. And whatever you have to go through and face, do the work, you guys. Keep climbing up there until you're done with it. And then on the other side, so it's almost like what I'm releasing and letting go of. On the other side of that paper, you're going to do a line down the middle to create 2 columns. You're going to put on the other side of that what you're releasing. So think about, you've just created some energetic space. Now, what are you going to put in that space for spring? What are you now going to carry with you? Because this thing that you just let go of, you just put that's done. You're not carrying that. So we're going to lighten the load and bring in something lighter and beautiful and more high frequency and intentional. And don't limit yourself. And feel it. So take out something, put something else in. So that's you guys' homework. It's temple work. And you know what? Hey, it's also a good season. Speaking of your temple, we'll talk about that physical temple.
Ooh. Cleanse.
Yes. I was just about to say, take an assessment of your diet, you guys.
Taking care of that body.
Take care of your bodies. Do a cleanse. Do a detox.
Mm-hmm.
Cut out stuff that you know don't work well with you.
Get a colonic.
It's you know what? And for people who did resolutions, revisit those.
Yeah, because usually
if you haven't
by now,
started,
that's when people start falling off.
Right. By now. Wait, what?
I know. Usually it's like 2-3 weeks.
We're 3 months in. So revisit those intentions to see, how you've done so far. And if you haven't, don't judge yourself. Mm-hmm. You're in the season of newness and rebirth.
Right.
All right. What's our crystal,
That is
Christy?
so good. Okay, so this week's featured crystal is Healer's Gold. Element is earth. Chakras, it works with all the chakras. And so Healer's Gold is a combination of both pyrite and magnetite. It's a stone that is a source of prana, which is life force, as well as an interactive balancer of all one's energy system. So it's really good for balancing and harmony, which is basically the topic of the spring equinox. So Healer's Gold can create a sense of overall well-being, comfort in the body, confidence in oneself, acceptance of others, and balance on all levels. This stone also helps to promote a positive outlook and facilitates the initiation of new creative projects. And then also this crystal draws high frequency vibrations, which is needed as we are moving through this season of newness. We want to release and make sure that our vibration is high. But it draws these vibrations into the body and assists one in grounding these frequencies into the earth plane for the manifestation of one's desires, which I think is a really good time to start really manifesting in the spring. Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of this one before.
You haven't?
Mm-mm. I need to look at a picture.
Neither. So, and I think a lot of people with this particular crystal, they get it confused with fool's gold, which is pyrite. But pyrite is taking that crystal with magnetite and it's forming Healer's Gold. But it's a really good healing crystal. And for those of you who are interested in an affirmation, with this crystal, I align with the perfected pattern of optimal wellness as I heal myself and assist in the healing of others. Sounds like a cool crystal for me.
It is. I think it's pretty cool.
Now I think I want to get one.
I just looked it up. It's pretty pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty pretty, huh? Get it?
Double pretty.
So Christy, would you like to share the name of our alcoholic beverage? Our beverage of choice this evening.
Yeah. So before we actually, close out, I do want to take the time out to thank our wine sponsor. Which is a black female. It's a black female-owned local company in Chicago.
I mean, it is Women's Month, you guys.
Hello. So, we definitely, of course, we like to have wine sponsors. So, yeah, if anybody would like to, support us in getting some wine, talking, we appreciate that. But she donated 4 bottles for us to try. And we are drinking... This is actually her sensual collection.
Did you tell them the name of it? Did you say Legacy Libations?
I didn't get there yet.
Oh, okay,
But
sorry.
it's okay. It's Legacy Libations. It's a part of the Sensual collection. So she actually had these brewed. I don't know what the proper term is, but this was for Valentine's for February. But it's a succulent wine. Succulent. Succulent. It's called Love Me. And it's sweet. So for those, I'm not much of a dessert wine drinker. I can drink dessert. It's sweet. Some people prefer to drink wine that way. Some people only like dessert wine. I will say it's a really good dessert wine. It will go really good with some chocolate or like some truffle.
Totally would. I swear, I was like, you know, when you want to have that moment with the, you know, like the, what do you call those? The chocolate dipped strawberries.
Yeah, like I was going to say,
and
a
you
dipped
want
berry, yeah.
That would go really well with that. And it's kind of fun in the mouth. It's a good time.
I think it would be paired well with the dark chocolate.
Ooh, yes,
honestly.
That would be a nice balance with the strawberry.
Now my mouth is salivating.
Look, I'm like, yes, this would. There we go. We just told you.
Thank you,
so,
LaShonda.
Go check it out, you guys.
Yes.
Legacy Libations, and we are talking about
find her on Facebook
Love Me.
Yeah.
And it's a really pretty picture on here. It's
Check
gorgeous.
her out.
Rose.
She's on Facebook. I don't know if she ships, but you can check out her. You know, you can contact her directly. But it's kind of nice. Like, she does this out of her house, but she also has friends who, what did she say? Who brew. They're also, there was a mealer. There was some term that she used, but she's getting to the point where she's getting asked for a lot of orders, and she can't do this in her house because this was something that she likes to do at home. Mm-hmm. So now she's having to use larger equipment to be able to make more bottles, which is, and I told her, I said, it's a good problem to have.
That's a good grow, baby. Grow.
So go take a look at Legacy Libations. Again, thank you, LaShonda. We have 3 more weeks to enjoy her wine, and we'll share with you guys. All right,
guys.
Thank you for listening to Two Queens and Crystal Things. You guys, don't forget to leave us reviews, or if you can, I don't know what they have out there. What do you have to, like, click a star or something, or rate us? Like, rate us. We want to know how you guys feel about us. Give us feedback.
Rate us.
Yeah.
So you guys, one other thing, we mentioned it earlier in the episode as well. Christy, myself, and one of our spiritual sisters are hosting a workshop.
Yep.
Actually on the Spring Equinox to help you all energetically and spiritually and emotionally walk into this new season right to the Tay. Okay.
Shalom.
So the Eventbrite link, thank you, is in the bio on our IG page, which is Two Queens Crystal Things. So click on there so you guys can check us out.
Yep.
If you'd like to register, we have two 2-hour sessions on March 20th.
Yep.
The first one is what time, Christy?
10 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. and the afternoon session is 3 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. And I will say the afternoon slots are filling up. The morning slots seem to be wide open at this point, so please go ahead and register. This is going to be a good time.
I think we're going to have a great time. And we're partnering with some other, some more beautiful, healing, entrepreneurial sisters. Again, you guys, it is Women's Month.
It is.
So we are making sure that we represent, partner, and grow and love on our queens. We're doing this in partnership with Ashe Counseling and Coaching, which is women owned. And again, we are talking about making sure we expose everyone to as many healing modalities that there are. So, because the point is to help you get to where you know who you are and you walk through this life, in control. So whatever we got to go through and whatever modality we use to get through our different pains, hey, we can share and ignite something in you. That's what we're going to do. So we're really excited about this. So if you're in Chicago, check it out.
And honestly, this is the perfect ritual for spring. Like
Yes.
everything that we're doing, I feel like it's perfectly set up for really, really starting off spring season in a way where you're like releasing shit, you're ready, you're gonna take action, like, and you're also coming from a place of, because there's going to be a lot of releasing, and I also feel like, some healing. There's going to be some sound work too and a guided meditation, but I think it's a really, like, if you don't know what kind of ritual you might want to have for spring equinox, I think it's a really good opportunity.
I agreed.
That
All right.
Is that?
What's our time? What we looking like?
We are 54 minutes, 55.
Oh, suki, fine.
Yep.
Okay, guys.
Yep. Thank you, guys. Make sure to follow us on our personal pages. You all know how to find us. Light, peace, love,
And so.